It's time for the semifinals here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James in Columbus, Ohio. That is Carolina Lopez-Ascarate, 48 years old, out of Centerville, Ohio. She and her partner, Nicole Eugenio, just took down Allie Reichert and Kelsey Matthews to punch their ticket here to the semifinals. There's Nicole, 29 years old, out of Woodland Hills, California. And they have a tough task ahead of them, because on the other side of the net, it's a duo you've already seen here today on Championship Sunday in Columbus. Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge trying to lock in their spot in the gold medal. Braverman, 34 years old, out of Newport Beach, California. And going all the way to the opposite coast is where we find the spot that Megan Fudge and her family typically park their RV. Her and Riley DeHart and their kiddos, Lily and JR. There's Megan, originally from Germany, but now calling Bel Air, Florida home. This is going to be fun to watch here, because it all comes down to this for these two teams. Can you bring what you need to in order to lock in a spot in the gold medal match? Chad, I'm going to ask you, as on paper the underdogs here in Carolina, and Nicole, what do they have to do?
They've got to weather the storm. If Fudge and Braverman come out like they did in the quarterfinal and they're applying the pressure, taking the initiative of the speed up, Ascarate and Eugenio need to be ready to counter. They have to get the ball down. They have to keep it to the feet.
Ooh, just wide. That just missed. That was not far off there for Braverman. I like the
that was
early
one of
check.
One of AJ's pinky bits. One.
Okay.
Ooh, that is so. That's a recipe. That's too pinky. That's a recipe right there for Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate. If Lopez-Ascarate can hit those drops and Eugenio comes in and crashes, that's going to be dangerous, because Eugenio is quick, right? With that left hand in the middle. She likes to play fast.
Great start here for Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate.
2-0-2.
2-0-2.
Just try to cut it a little too much on that reset. But Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate, again, if they can keep the ball down, they have the ability to speed up as well. They have the ability to hit those heavy counters. But you want Fudge and Braverman to be attacking from down up.
1-2-1.
1-2-1 for Fudge's serve.
That's nice right there from Lopez-Ascarate as she goes behind Megan Fudge with the inside-out backhand. Braverman floats it just enough.
Yeah, Eugenio saying just a little too tall there. Saw the paddle go back behind the body, catches, or makes contact with that ball right at the hip. And the same there for Lopez-Ascarate, just too big on the backswing.
3-2-2.
So it's a 3-2 lead here for Braverman and Fudge. Great job. Megan Fudge comes across the court and then goes cross court the other direction for the point.
Yeah, that's a nice jump right there from Megan Fudge off the third shot drive from Jill Braverman. Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate got to do more with the drive.
Point. Timeout receivers, 5-2-2. 1 minute.
Timeout called on the court here. It's a 5-2 lead for Fudge and Braverman.
And with that, you know, it's a good drive from Braverman and then followed up by a good drive there from Fudge. When you're countering those, Lopez-Ascarate was looking at countering it back to Braverman at back of the baseline. That gives Fudge the ability to step in on the shake and bake, and it's got that nice high ball. Think about, you know, if you're against a team that's going to drive like that, create an angle lower. Go lines rather than going back through the middle of the court. Again, it's difficult to keep a ball down if that is a linear drive and you're trying to counter and push that ball back to the baseline. That ball's always going to stay up.
And because most of the time that's where that shake and bake is coming from too. It's coming from the middle.
Yeah.
Right? They're pinching in that middle and forcing you to try and go outside. But that's your counter for it, is you got to try and get that ball on the angle away from the middle.
Time in. 5-2-2.
There.
Great finish there from Lopez-Ascarate.
Down works too.
Yeah. But don't think, hey, I'm going to keep them back off of this drive.
2-5-1.
Oh, and
caught a partner.
It just got on Braverman. She wasn't expecting that counter.
I think Braverman was surprised by the Fudge speed up as well.
Point. Second serve.
I think Lopez-Ascarate just needs to do a little more with that
3-5-2.
fifth shot there. Takes the high ball and just tries to reset it.
Ooh.
Side out.
Just slapped it and got a little too loose right there. As she goes to slap this, she gets loose with the wrist. And you watch her walking back right there. She's mimicking what she needed to do, but she got too loose. Ball goes wide. Well, Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate are getting what they want when the point gets settled at the kitchen line. Issue is they're just trying to do a little too much at times with some of those balls, like the last one.
Oh, when you get a little help from the net cord, does not go in your favor. But yeah, Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate, they, like you said, they have the rolls, they have the ability to attack from those balls, but it doesn't need to be as much as what they're going for.
Like that.
Right on cue. Right? Take those balls and focus more on, I'm going to get the ball down, I'm going to force it to the feet, rather than I'm going to hit it so it doesn't come back.
Second serve.
See, and here's the thing. Fudge and Braverman aren't hiding anything.
No.
They haven't hit a third shot drop in about an hour and a half.
8-3-2.
So every third shot is a drive. Just be ready for it here. It's almost like they're surprised. There you go.
Oh. Well-constructed point by all four of these women.
Oh,
Finally, Braverman pulls it, goes deep.
She smiles. She's trying to find something right there, and she was done running around.
But it's a side out, and instead it's going to be Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate with the serve and a chance to cut into this 5-point lead. Okay, Nicole Eugenio coming over, taking charge, gets the point.
Shake and bake of their own right there.
But it was good control there from Eugenio as well. She wasn't overhitting.
Ooh. Eugenio was ready for both speed ups from Braverman. She got him. But then that last one.
I think the key right here from Braverman as well is, she sped it up first. Eugenio with a good counter. Braverman just blocks. She doesn't try and stay in that battle once the ball is coming back from high-low.
drop from Lopez-Ascarate.
Oh.
Lopez-Ascarate and Eugenio with some poise in that point. Checking the heart rate after that one.
5-8-2.
Eugenio with the serve.
Oh, she tried to get a little too cute with it, right? She knew what she wanted to do. She wanted to fool Braverman a little bit with it, but again, comes up a little short going down the line.
Oh, no way, Megan Fudge. I don't know how she didn't take her shoelaces off when she came through, dug that one out from the toes.
Timeout called on the court. Fudge and Braverman with a 4-point lead, but Nicole Eugenio and Carolina Lopez-Ascarate are showing us a few tricks that they've got in their bag and weathering the storm, which is what you talked about. We knew that Fudge and Braverman were going to come out hot, come out with some authority, some power, and they've done that. But what do you think is going to be the key for Eugenio and Lopez to get back into this game?
It's one shot. It's the fourth shot.
Okay.
Can they handle the fourth shot?
You concur?
I concur.
Okay, there you have it. The key to victory for Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate. Eugenio, originally from the Philippines, says she started playing tennis when she was 4 years old, competed in juniors, played through college for the University of the Philippines, where she played for 5 years before moving to the States to pursue a degree in sports management. So started playing pickleball in 2023, and look where she is now. Started playing pro tournaments in June of 2023, and she's had a decent amount of success, reaching the quarterfinals. And now here she is in the semis with the opportunity to get into the gold medal match. Great get there by Lopez-Ascarate, and the finish from Eugenio.
Well, it's the quickness that Eugenio steps forward and really pounces on that forehand that doesn't give Fudge and Braverman a chance to recover.
Fudge coming over, and when you see her do that, get ready. Because she comes over with a lot of power and knows exactly where she wants to put the ball. Sets up a game point opportunity here. Well-defended game point. Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate with a chance to get the ball back on their side. It's going to be Carolina with the serve.
Second serve.
Ball missing deep.
Trying to go for a big serve there, but just pushed it long.
5-10-2.
Oh, two-handed forehand there from Braverman. Two of them in a row. Just chopping wood.
10-5-1.
Sets up the second game point opportunity here for Fudge and Braverman. Fudge calls her off, and Jill Braverman and Megan Fudge have won game one here in our women's pro doubles semifinal at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. Game two when we come back to Columbus, Ohio.
volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need a
Classic pickles, and we're putting the pickle into pickleball. In pickleball, a slice is a chop shot used to create backspin on the ball. I'm going to show you how to make a fried chicken sandwich topped with classic sandwich dill pickle chips that will put your taste buds into a spin. Now this is a really big dill.
No, but
Yeah, they call it, Joanna, yeah.
welcome back to the APP Women's Open presented by the James. Game 1 of this semifinal goes the way of Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman. Game 2 underway.
Ooh, split in the middle. Little miscommunication there between Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate.
0-0-1.
0-0-1. Fudge with the serve.
Nice spot right there from Braverman, going right at that left hip, jamming up Eugenio just enough. She shadow swings a forehand. That's what she wanted to get to.
Oh, right into the face of Carolina Lopez-Ascarate.
Supposed to use the paddle, Carolina. Not playing soccer.
Header's no good. No good.
Oh, though, both shadow swinging right there.
Three zero one.
3-0-1, the score for Fudge's serve.
Just deep.
Second serve.
I mean, it was pretty close.
Fudge was a little excited. Yeah, well,
15 pinkies.
Jeez, that almost knocked over the wall then, according to AJ's pinky size.
Okay.
Oh, you were going by length, not by width. I got it.
Eugenio all over that forehand right there. She squats to kind of scorpion that, but
4-0-2.
too much.
Oh.
Great job there by Braverman getting the ball to the feet of Nicole Eugenio.
If I just tell Braverman to let it go, but that ball's at her face.
Yeah. Nothing she can do.
Yeah, right now, Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate,
1 minute.
they're just trying to reset all of these speed ups from Fudge and Braverman. And when you're resetting a ball that's coming from down up, your reset is always going to stay up. So they either need to think about countering it and staying nice and short and compact with it, getting back down on top of that ball, or they have to initiate the speed up before Fudge and Braverman are able to get that ball that they can speed up.
So it's a 6-0 lead here. Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate taking the timeout on the court, trying to disrupt this rhythm that we knew Fudge and Braverman are so good at getting into in these games. Coming out of the timeout, what is the first thing you want to see from Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate?
Well, you got to get the ball down to their feet, right? And again, right now they're not getting anything down. Everything is waist high for Braverman and Fudge. Got to get that ball down to the feet, get into that tank rally up at the kitchen line where it's a 50-50 ball, and then create from there. That was it right there, but Eugenio, she backed off the line. So if you watch her back foot here, which is her left foot steps way back instead of holding that line.
So a side out off the missed serve, and
0-7-1.
it's going to be Nicole Eugenio with the serve. Oh, are you kidding me? I think even...
Look what I found.
Well, Braverman hit her paddle.
She closed her eyes.
I think her eyes were open. I think it was a Hail Mary spin move, exactly. I think it was a prayer and a spin. Got a paddle on it, but couldn't get the next ball back. Points on the board, though, for Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate in this second game. Playing best 2 out of 3, 2-11 to decide who moves on to our gold medal match here in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, it's a tough ball there from Lopez-Ascarate. It's low. She just tries to cut it. It's going to stay up.
7-1-1. Point.
Caught in transition is Lopez-Ascarate, and Braverman and Fudge just continue where they left off out of the timeout, building momentum, getting ever closer to locking in their spot in the gold medal match, but well-placed ball there from Nicole Eugenio at the feet. Second serve.
8-1-2.
Well, that's it. They get it back under control like they need to right there, but then Lopez-Ascarate just stepping up and kind of standing up.
Well, she tries to do it with the body. Right? The paddle doesn't go through the ball. It's just the body moving there. It needs to be a little bit of an extension of the arm.
Oh, you knew Braverman was ready to punish that ball down the middle, sets up a match point.
Eugenio turned around. Just put my paddle back behind me.
Look,
hopefully she hits it.
Timeout receivers.
Jill Braverman is not a short woman. And if she gets
mode.
big like that, I also am just getting out of the way. It's
I'm just going to body up. Bring it, Jill.
It's a business decision at that point for me to just get out of the way.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not happening. Match point opportunity here for Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman here in the semifinals at the APP Women's Open presented by the James. It's been so much fun this weekend. We had split age doubles yesterday, singles on Friday, and now today we have women's pro doubles and then a gold medal match for both our women's pro doubles and singles. Coming your way later this afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern time is when you can find the conclusion of this inaugural event. It has been so, so special. A huge shout out to all of our sponsors for coming alongside us as we celebrate the great work that the James is doing, uplifting women. And right now it's match point for Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman. Great response from Lopez-Ascarate, getting herself fired up to get the ball back on their side and defend the match point.
1-10-1.
Ooh, that was sneaky. Eugenio ended up getting that ball, but
I did not see it.
no challenge call.
Second serve.
Both Eugenio and Lopez-Ascarate don't look too certain that that ball was in.
Well, they called it in. If they're not sure, then that call's going to be in. Braverman and Fudge would have challenged it straight away.
That ball just barely missing. Just barely missing wide, so it's a side out here. Megan Fudge with the second match point opportunity for her and her partner Jill Braverman. And they get it done. Megan Fudge and Jill Braverman are our first duo into the women's doubles finals here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James.
Well, again, Braverman and Fudge came in and they were aggressive. They inserted the power. They chose the right balls to speed up and kept applying the pressure until they were stopped. But Ascarate and Lopez never had a chance.
Point game match.
So we'll be right back to Columbus, Ohio for the next semifinal.